Hey pal, welcome back to the Den of Alacrity. My name is Mac and I'm so glad you could join me. If you're new here, this channel is all about learning new hobbies and how we teach and learn online. If you want to see some of that first goal, you can check out my series on how to play D&D or how to get into 3D printing. I'll leave some links like somewhere up here. But in today's video, we're really going to expand on that second part. How do we learn and teach better on YouTube? Now, I've just started my journey to becoming a YouTube creator, to becoming an educator here on this platform. And so I know I've got a lot to learn. I've taken quite a few courses on the subject of kind of how to grow an audience, how to become a YouTuber, how to become a better educator. And almost all of them agree on one principle. And that is that you should take a look at the people that inspire you and see what you can learn from them. So I'm starting a new series today called Educator Inspirations. I'm going to bring you along on the journey with me as I study some of my favourite YouTubers to see what I can learn about being a better learner and teacher here on YouTube. I've got a bunch of YouTubers I can't wait to take a look at. Today we're going to start with Ali Abdaal.
Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ali. I'm a doctor based in the UK, and on this channel we explore the strategies and tools that help us live healthier, happier, more productive lives.
For those of you that don't know, Ali is a trained medical doctor who lives in Cambridge in the UK. He makes videos about productivity, tech, and financial freedom. I'll leave a link to Ali's channel in the description down below in case you want to dive in after watching this video. In my opinion, Ali is one of the most exciting educators currently on YouTube, and his channel has nearly 2 million subscribers and he's only been running it for about 4 years. There's definitely a lot I can learn from him. I want to focus in on 2 particular videos that I think at their core have something central to what Ali teaches and how he teaches it. The first video is how I remember everything I read. He breaks it down into kind of like 7 levels of reading and remembering.
In this video, I'm going to take you through the 7 levels along the journey of trying to remember everything that we read.
In particular interest to me is this idea of summarizing the things that you read or the things that you take in.
All you have to do is just write a summary of the book in 3 sentences. 3 because it forces you to be concise and it doesn't take very long. And just write a few words about what you thought about the book.
This comes up a lot in Ali's videos, in other places as well, where he reminds his viewers to take notes, to capture ideas, and to just make sure that you're not trying to hold too many things in your head. In the How I Remember Everything I Read video, he goes through his extensive note-taking system on Notion and shows how he uses it to remember the things he reads in non-fiction books. I've tried implementing a note-taking system like Ali describes in this video many times, and I've often just burnt out on it. I tried to go at too high a level too early and ended up just giving up on the system. So maybe if I just focus on those 3-sentence summaries, I can try again to replicate what Ali does. The next video is the second brain productivity system. This is a video that he made after taking a course by Tiago Forte.
So last year I spent a stupidly large amount of money on this online course that genuinely changed my life. It's called Building a Second Brain, and it promises to supercharge your productivity and creativity.
In this video, he talks about how he likes to use this idea of capturing, summarizing, taking notes on everything that he does.
So whenever we get any sort of idea, whenever anything resonates with us in any way, from anything in life, even if we're just walking down the park or if we're in the shower or if we're listening to a podcast, we want to capture that idea as soon as possible because our brains are not going to hold on to it for a very long period of time.
Now, this has given me some clues, I think, into how Ali has been so successful. If you do go check out his content, you will notice that there are many references throughout his videos. And I think this note-taking system is how he kind of manages that and how he has so many references and so many links to give out in his videos. I want to set myself the challenge of trying to take notes and summarize like Ali does for this whole week, and I'll try to see what benefits it has to me as a learner and also in my teaching in making these videos. Over the next week, I'm going to take notes on everything I watch, read, and listen to. I like a challenge, and I want to see the benefits for myself so I can share them with you. I'm going to write 3-sentence summaries using IdeaNote, an Android quick capture app that I have had and not really used for over a year. I love the way it adds a little doc, so it makes note-taking very convenient. I'm going to use IdeaNote to quickly write the summaries, then I'll transfer them all to Notion and review them on my computer at the end of the week. Notion is a note-taking app that is beloved by every productivity YouTuber out there. It is also a favourite of Ali's, so it feels appropriate. Right, now you know what's going on, let's get on with the rest of the week. Right, so I've done day 1. Let me get my phone. So over the past day, I've listened to 2 podcasts, I've played a bit of a video game with a friend, I have watched 5 YouTube videos, 6 YouTube videos, and read 1 article. I'm gonna go through all of them bit by bit because you get really bored of that by the end of the week. But I just wanted to pick out on like 2 things that I'd noticed just from this first day of doing it. 1, I'm actually remembering like how much stuff I've watched. I'm surprised at how much there was for me to take notes on. It was, you know, a bit of a chore because I left a few of them and then kind of bulk did the summary. So I'm going to try and do them more closely after I watch the thing or read or whatever. Second thing is, I've actually picked up quite a few useful insights that like forcing myself to summarize these things in 3 sentences has really helped because I have to process the information a little bit. Really excited after day 1. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, so I'll see you then. It's the end of Tuesday now, and I did manage to read a few more articles, and one in particular I thought was really relevant to what we're talking about in this video. And that was Note-Taking, Memory and Comprehension, which is a scientific paper authored by Mark Bohe and others at the University of Notre Dame. This paper was a study conducted with university students who were all given a piece of text on a variety of subjects. There was kind of 3 or 4 in there. Some of the participants were allowed to take notes, others were not, and some of them were also allowed to review their notes, others were not. However, all the participants were told that their notes would be reviewed. They could review their notes before they did the test, so they would take it seriously. My first interesting point of note, and the thing that I wrote down, was about the format of note-taking. So note-taking itself allows you to take an active role in absorbing information. There's some value judgments you need to make, right? Is something noteworthy or is it not noteworthy? And that little bit of pre-processing really helps kick your brain into gear and, hold on to things and help you, remember and comprehend the things that you are absorbing, whether that be reading, watching, listening to, whatever. Now, the results of the research were also very interesting. Note-taking was found to increase both memory and content comprehension, so the group that took notes did better than the group that did not. One of the interesting findings was they looked at formats for notes as well, so whether typed or physically written were better, and they found that physically written notes were ever so slightly better than typed notes. And they also found that reviewing your notes made you even better at the test that they had to take on this content at the end. Now, and I'm coming to the end of the week, and I wanted to share one last set of notes that I had made with you guys. This comes from the book that actually inspired Ali to start doing this kind of capturing, summarizing thing, book called Getting Things Done by David Allen. Now, there are lots of ideas in David Allen's book, but the 2 I want to focus on that kind of keep coming up throughout this process is this idea of capturing things. David Allen was famous for coining the phrase, your brain is not for holding ideas, it is for having them. So he wrote extensively about the importance of capturing, of writing everything down, of making sure that we know the things that we have to do, the things that we want to remember, ideas that we have, impressions of things that we read that we want to take meaning from. I'll leave a link to David Allen's book in the description down below. But yeah, I just thought it was quite relevant to what we're talking about here, and it inspired Ali, so you kind of get to see where this whole thing came from. It's Saturday now, I've finished my challenge, and it's been great, if a bit laborious. I learned quite quickly that I don't have to take notes on absolutely everything I watch, read, or listen to. It can get a bit much. I've enjoyed having the extra processing time on the content that was relevant to me, that I wanted to take something from. And I tried to make all of my summaries quite personal, and that personal touch allowed me to see how the content was relevant to what I'm doing, and hopefully to the den in the future. In today's age, it's really easy just to consume loads of content and not really have any time for reflection. As soon as you finish anything, you're just shoved extra bits to watch, read, or listen to, like right in your face. Any opportunity for reflection, I think we should grab with both hands, because it's really where the learning comes from. For my fellow learners, I think there are 3 key takeaways. The first one, as I've already mentioned, is that extra processing time. Doing that extra bit of processing makes it much more likely that you're going to remember it and be able to use it in the future. It allows you to kind of keep track of what you are consuming and why. As I said, there were a few things I ended up not taking notes on after a little while, and that was because I realized that wasn't the reason I was consuming them. I get everything I need from it without taking notes. The third and final benefit is that taking notes makes you a better commenter. When you've taken the time to kind of summarize or take notes on a piece of content, you're going to have questions and you're going to have talking points ready to go. I know that when people take the time to comment on my videos and talk to me about, 3D printing or D&D, I absolutely love it. Now, for teachers, the first one is just you have more knowledge to share. When you're taking notes and you're remembering things, you can always bring those things into your videos or into the content that you make. And you can see it in Ali's videos. Almost every time he makes, a video on whatever topic it is, he has loads of references ready to go. If we have all this knowledge that we can share about while we're learning, then we can share that learning journey with our viewers and be guides and not necessarily gurus. I often feel a bit of imposter syndrome, like I can't make a video about a topic if I'm not an expert in it. And this note-taking system allows you to very easily share your kind of learning journey. That's the being a guide, right? Bringing someone along with you while you learn, rather than already being an expert and being a guru. You can take this, knowledge that note-taking helps you absorb content. You can give a call to action to your readers, to your viewers. You're encouraging them to use these techniques that we know work. One thing I'm definitely taking away from this experiment is the huge benefits that taking that extra time to process content has for us as we continue to learn and teach on YouTube. That's the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking with me. I really appreciate you. If you want to go check out more of Ali's content, I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. I definitely recommend you go do it. I'll put a couple videos in there as well that I recommend that I particularly enjoyed. You should also follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want to kind of connect with me between these videos. If you want to see my face more often, definitely go give me a follow over there. Come say hello. I'd love to hear from you. And let me know in the comment section down below what your experience with note-taking is, whether you do it often or, infrequently, when, and even how you do it, right? Do you use a specific method? And if you have any ideas for educators you'd love me to do a video on in the future, let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. Anyway, until next time, my beautiful fever of internet stingrays, go make notes on something?